Turn 31. We have the opportunity to marry, so we marry into the statesman. I think I can show the two choices. We had a choice of commander or scholar. Take the scholar. Paul asks for forgiveness. We do not grant it to him. I'd rather have legitimacy. We are going to get that settler moving. We're going to start a miner here. Definitely want to get military production up in the city. I need to get some growth running. With that there to heal. With this here an upgrade, we're going to bring it north. There's nothing down here in the south. We move our scout here, harvest the horses, move to a hill. Move this scout. We're going to move it down here. I want to clear the fog. And for our last orders, we're going to ask our religious head to convert our daughter and also influence her because we can get some more yields from her as our heir. And just generally always good to be on good relations with your heir. And then move scout to bust fog in the west. That's pretty much it for this turn. Then we'll loop around with this guy, probably go north. This guy's going to go exploring as well. I don't think that's at risk of any risk of death there. Could be wrong, but we'll see. Otherwise, we're just 9 years away here, 2 years away here, and we have a settler on the march, so it's pretty much it. See, these are going to be statesman sites, and that's going to be a cleric site, so I guess that settler can go there, and then these are 2 hunter settlers, so they can take the statesman sites. We'll probably just settle here for the proximate site. All right, that ends this turn. Let's go ahead and send it back. Other things of note, yeah, all our families are pleased now, so, or all our families are now friendly, which is great since she converted and the family converted with her. All right, sending it back. Turn 32. Our husband wants to make our daughter, wants to make our daughter successor instead of Princess Sura. No, we're going to decline there. We have a choice for ambitions. We could get some XP, which will give us an extra point, but we are also in mourning, and we have an influence mission out, so we should get that point anyway. 20 XP from the influence mission, 20 XP for mourning. And we're at 272 out of 300 right now. So I think I'm actually going to take the 6 mines ambition, largely because we've got a mine here under construction, and we've got a mine here under construction. So we'll be done with that ambition 2 years. That's basically free. We're already doing it. So let's go ahead and take that. So take that ambition, get an ambition underway, get some legitimacy going. Next, we're going to move this settler over here, heading towards that city site. So we have a choice here. We could try to get Great Zig up and running. We could only build it here. I think I kind of want to start a shrine first, both to, like, we're really going to need another worker in this city at some point. Yeah, so we may actually found this clerics, honestly, so that we can get a worker over to our city. And then states along the coast or something, because, yeah, I'm tempted to found this clerics, especially with that desert, because I need another worker here. And if I start Great Zig, I'm just going to stop development of the city. So I think I really want the shrine, because I also want to get an acolyte up. I don't want to use this city for, I probably want to improve the gems next. I need to start getting some natural growth in the city to get specialists up. And gems aren't useful to anyone. Great Zig, I think I could buy if I sold literally everything. We can test it at the end of the turn. For now, we'll scout, move around, and then go back and hide in the forest. We'll move that scout over there as we're thinking to clear this. Hopefully that will clear. I think so. I can't tell quite, but that should get us connection to this city, which will improve growth there. We will, what was the move here? We take a promo on this guy. I took Horsebane, heal this guy up, move this guy over here. Don't have quite enough training to upgrade it. We'll upgrade it in the new city. And then last move is just to move that unit over as well. So I think a thing to consider next turn, I think start Havar over here, move that scout over here. I actually think found clerics here. because I want to be able to ship workers, and it kind of works with like cleric states here. I know I wanted clerics up here as defense against clerics. The clerics will never convert from their religion, hopefully. It's really risky founding states up there. I don't know. We'll think about it. These really do feel like more natural cleric site, but like I didn't want to deal with Christianity. So just as an exploration, can we, if we aggressively sell, start the Zig? We could. Is it worth it right now? We can start the Zig. We can't. This is also a holy city. So Zig requires a holy city. We could actually found it here. This also lacks. I need more workers in these cities. And I can't. I don't want to tie up a worker for 10 turns to get Great Zig up and running. Although an early Great Zig is really good. It's basically minus 20 improvement costs. Option 2 is just forget about Great Zig and just go for Ishtar in a bit. I think that's probably better. All right, let's I think we're going to redo undo land here. It's slower now than it used to be, which I guess is easier, so you can actually see what's going on. We really don't want to sell everything right now. Issue with Ishtar in multiplayer FFA is it paints a giant target on your back because your point score goes up quite a bit. But Ishtar is also probably in reach more, so I kind of like that idea of Ishtar first. We should also be fully settled by the time it finishes, so that'll be a nice boost. So yeah, I'm going to say, what is it going to be? Shrine. A shrine will take 4 years, so we'll start it next turn. So Ishtar on 37. It can only be in Persia, I think. Well, no, actually, Ectobon also. Yeah. And maybe we backfill with Great Zig. I feel I want to start the shrine. That'll get me another holy site here, get the pagan religion up and running, give me more civics. I really need to invest something in this city. Don't really need a specialist there. I guess we could do worker. We also need to do a Jewish disciple to get that monk specialist up. So yeah, we can't afford a worker here. I am thinking founding clerics here. States. Cleric. I don't know. But nice to have these 3 estates, and these 2 is cleric, and then this one just a random one. Hunters are kind of spread out weirdly. I don't know. I'll think about that next turn. I think that's it. We're going to not sell right now. And that ends our turn. Definitely interesting right now. 6 mines, at least we get that ambition done in 2 years. Run super happy. So tutoring in 4. We can rush as well with civics if we need to. Too many things I need to do right now. I need at least 3 disciples at the moment, at least 1 to start, because I want to also get legalism and revelation up and running to get that religion spreading. It's at 4 cities already. We don't have anything yet. It is our state religion, so we can of course get it somewhere else. Maybe it doesn't spread here. I don't know. We'll think about it next turn. I'm happy with this. I don't like queuing things unless I think about them. We got food up and running here, which will grab these 2 additional specialists. Right, let's go ahead. A little bit of intel from diplomacy. StBlak says he's got Rome to his north, which is interesting because I would have expected Babylon, given that Babylon has adopted Zoroastrianism. So maybe Babylon is somewhere here-ish. No, Babylon's all the way here. How the heck did they get Zoroastrianism? What the heck? It's a long way. Okay, so Rome here, Egypt, Assyria, and I guess Greece is here? Where is Greece? I don't know where Greece is. Frederik is somewhere. Greece. Maybe the map is bigger than it seems. I definitely haven't explored the full boundaries of the map. I don't know how big it is. We're in the bottom right corner. We know that much. I think we double worker this city. Okay, that's enough dawdling. We have one more order that we could do something with. We are influencing, so and our head of religion is also converting our kid. So we'll remind ourselves to influence convert next turn. And I think we'll send this one back. All right. Turn 33. We can endear our heir to us, which I guess is even better than influence, but will cost us 400 gold, but worth taking. We can, of course, influence her anyway. And it looks like I broke my undo stack, which is unfortunate, but I will replay the turn because I remember what I did. We can pick mill drill as our tech because we need to get officers started. We'll start our shrine here. We will move, we're going to settle here with statesman. It's going to give us gold from the treasury that you get with the statesman. Settle there. We will move this one over here. We're targeting down there. That moves that way. We've got a worker here. We're going to chop, and start a camp. Here, we're just going to start this. Got a double worker here. We'll eventually get that quarry and should be able to have a specialist up in time. Here we're going to chop, and start a quarry. I think that's correct. Let me double check. Yeah, that's correct. And then our last, because I need stone badly, and then our last move is here, which gets us connected in this city. And we'll have to bounce back with that scout. I want Shrine of Atar here so I can go super lumber to get force. So these are all going to be lumber mills, so these tiles are protected. Need to remember not to clear them. And we might even be able to get a lumber mill specialist up in one of them or something. Or no, that lumber mill or that marble is going to the other city. So yeah, and then this one, since Atar benefits. But first we want to get that shrine done first. Great Zig is certainly a possibility, but I think I'd rather have Ishtar. I definitely need more stone, and then I think I want to remember to start Atar in 3 years in Atana. And then city-wise, I think I'm going to do a disciple here. I would like to get a monastery up to get some more science, really feeling behind on science. Assyria is learned, we are not. And here we'll just start a worker. We'll definitely be focusing this city on some quarries to get up and running here. These are some great quarry stops. Potentially can build something here. Not sure what to grab that, although the other city site may actually grab it. So we can see what that city site grabs. Yeah, the other city site grabs it, so there's no need for that. All right. No time, no turn, no orders for military right now, but 23 orders next turn. Everyone's very happy. This is going to go found that cleric site there, since it's a cleric's family, and then we've got a settler here for last one, and then we'll be all set. Should line up nicely with Ishtar, assuming we can snag it. Lighthouse, I don't think is worth right now. It's pretty much just food, at least for us. More money than maybe. So yeah, I'm leaning towards Ishtar. Really sad Apadana got stolen, but what can we do? And then Great Zig is also a possibility, but I think I would rather get Ishtar first, just because getting to developing everywhere is just going to be really nice. All those cultural events, and also the ability to rush with a pretty giant pool of civics anywhere we like. We could do shrines. We could pick up slavery here. It gets us a tiny bit more eco. Versus freedom, which gets us like 5 more gold. We are floating a lot of 6, so probably worth picking up slavery. We will probably not keep it if we do get the event chain that asks us to swap. Then we will definitely take that. But for now, quarries and mines are very, very precious for us. So might as well do that. Gets us a little more economy up, gets us closer to that Ishtar. Okay, I think we got mill drill. So yeah, Atar, and then I don't know. I would like to not have to build a worker in this city if I can avoid it, because I want to get some growth growing here, so that I can get. Obviously, I want these mine specialists. I need more specialists here. Yeah, I'm not sure where I will get a worker from for this city. The hunters are pretty spread out. Probably from up here it'll be able to come down at some point. Yeah, Atar or Mildro. I think we do Atar into Mildro, into Arax. Where will we put our Arax? I can definitely see like a garrison here, Rax here, Rax here, stronghold there. And then ranges, don't need to really worry about them. They could come very late. But that looks like pretty nice there. And that will that hover is off slightly. It's actually these 4 tiles. I don't know why it's hovering quite in the wrong spot. I'll report that bug. Okay. That ends my turn. And I'm going to go ahead and send this one back. Let's double check everything. Divination we got. That's why we started the shrine. We scouted here, so that got connected. Definitely want to move our scout back next turn if we have orders. Settler moves take actually a lot of orders. So we'll definitely want to keep doing that. This is coming along. It's going to speed up even more. Probably should have it in 4 turns or so. It'll take that site. All right, let's send this one back. Turn 34. We have a couple events. Origin of the State. We will definitely pick up Cato. He's a great courtier, and our family opinion is pretty good. Profit from the Sea. Since we have +2 courage, we can actually place a bounty on the head of this dude, which has the chance of getting a bunch of different events, one of which can give you Leviathan Skull. I don't care about the training, but 20% culture in my statesman seat would be very nice. So let's go ahead and do that. Rome completed the Apadana, Zoroastrianism established legalism. And then we can upgrade. We have the choice of wisdom, courage, and discipline. We'll take discipline. Wisdom is too far below, and we have 400 speed at the next level, so we might as well just stack up discipline and get some more money out of this city, especially if we get those gems online. We will move our settler along to go towards its settlement site. We'll chop, and then start mines here, because I want to potentially get a specialist in here and then grab these horses with a shrine of some sort. We'll move our scout back and scout around here, harvesting the silver for 60 gold. And then looks like Mojo's up there. We have nowhere to hide, so that's kind of awkward. Hopefully nothing will kill us. We'll heal, move this in, upgrade, heal, and then with our last 2 orders, we will influence our daughter again to get her over 100 so that we can get some more science from her. Won't be that much, but better that than nothing. And yeah, we also have a judge available, so and gets a little bit of XP on the leader, but that's not really a big consideration. I think I'm going to drop a shrine here. There. Mithra's there. Anahita's there. Atar there. So we will need to like build a lumber. We'll need to build a hamlet or something here. Or probably a monastery, actually. So yeah, we'll want to grab the sources with the monastery. And I don't think I want to build Anahita here. I'm going to build a monastery here. All right, we've got everything planned out. 3-way tie. The 3 cleric family, or the 3 cleric nations are on top. I have 7 cities. Egypt has 5 cities, and Assyria is up to 7 rapidly here. I am learned. They are learned to me, so that's a problem. We're behind in science already. Let's take a look at their leaders, see what the deal is here. We've got a strict schemer. That's me with -2 science, and then this prosperous humble. I think he's coming off a schemer leader, if I understand correctly. This is his 2nd ruler. Yeah, I don't think I can go back and see his family tree. All right, we've got tutoring 2 years. Any other reminders? Our husband is severely ill. That's unfortunate. We will want to establish legalism, but we first need to get disciples up. We will probably send this scout over here, see what's going on with Assyria. We may want a 3rd scout at some point. We definitely need to get workers up first. Lots to see here. Everyone's weaker. I think we can defend ourselves if need be. We have a couple 6 strength units here. So it's going to be very hard to break in. I don't think we can go on any adventures, especially since he does have champions, which means he will be dealing 25% damage extra to my units. So essentially he has steadfast, so they're not as strong as they appear. Looks like he also has patrons, and then Egypt has clerics and landowners. I don't know Egypt's 3rd city, I think. Yeah, that's a landowner unit. And yeah, hopefully this marauder will go somewhere else. there's Rome over here with the Apadana. And then No Legs is over here. I keep confusing Fluffy and No Legs. Fluffy is Rome. This game, No Legs, was a Rome in the previous FFA that I played that I did not put on channel. Mojo's here. So we found we know where everyone is except for Frederik. We don't know where Greece is right now. So looking at the map, I would probably say somewhere in this zone is probably most likely, maybe. Unclear. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and send this one back. Turn 35. An awkward event here. Some rebels have spawned from Paul being exiled and being pissed off at us. We're going to pull a unit down here. We're going to take the XP out of these two choices. Could either take a legitimacy hit and he becomes exiled, but he hates our guts, so what's the point of that? Could try to assassinate him, but what's the point of that? Or we could just get some XP. So let's do that. And then we're going to pull a unit down here and attack with that. Then we will move our settler over here. It's heading towards that city site. Then here we will move our scout up and out. Here we're going to scout around. We're at war with Assyria, so we can freely go through their lands. The truce, actually, that StBlak sent to us means we can't go through their lands, so we won't get as great visibility in Egypt. Scout around here, go here, and we move this. And then here we have met the stonemason tribe. They're going to give us 290 stone, which is absolutely wonderful. And then here we will start Ishtar next turn and start a worker in Ekbatana, because I think it's worth securing Ishtar, especially since this has now hit developing. I think Ishtar is the best choice. Lighthouse is also an option, but we just have 3 nets, so I don't think Lighthouse is worth it. We are a ways away from any strong wonders. Great Zig is the other option, which we could also start here. It's really between Ishtar and Great Zig. Ishtar will give all our cities 100 gold and give us 1 year per culture level, 1 growth per culture level. So real question is, do we want to start Ishtar here and do a festival here so this city can come online? Although I think it's actually worth double workering first. Or do we want to start another worker here so we can get this city online and just start Ishtar the turn after next if it's still available? I don't know. I don't think it's worth canceling and starting Ishtar this turn with that stone. We don't have any free workers. This is going to suck. It's going to take 2 hits to kill anything, so this will be able to be 2-shot. This guy won't be able to. We'll probably go into the city here, and hopefully this will hit this and not the worker. We may have to stand on the worker to protect it, or the worker can go somewhere else and go there. I think we start another worker here no matter what. And here we do start another worker and just pause this city while we build Ishtar. With the growth bonus, I think it's actually going to be more valuable to us to have Ishtar here, which means we're going to have to wait 2 turns to start Ishtar. So if Ishtar gets sniped, we can take Great Zig. So Ishtar 37. I think that's better. Largely because I feel like, I think we actually want to put Ishtar here or something. Because this city is going to be more focused on getting citizens up, so it's actually more valuable to us there and less valuable to us here. I do think I should double worker here so that I can get Rex up and garrison up and everything up faster in this city, as well as keep improving the city. Although with 1 worker, we start a tar. I think we actually probably do a festival here. Because let's say Atar. Now I think we get the other worker up just for speed. Still relatively early. And here I do want to start another worker. Just because if this worker starts Ishtar, that's going to be locked up for 12 years. So I think that's correct. All right, I've obsessed over this turn quite a bit. So let's go ahead and end turn here. Turn 36. Got a couple interesting events. 1 here from finishing a pasture in our statesman seat. We'd get courage. Or we could take an ambition to control 6 pastures and gain equestrian in that city, and get a point of discipline ourselves, taking us to 5 discipline. I think I'm going to take the second one because I'd rather have discipline than courage right now. And this city and the achievement will be nice for some legitimacy. And like, I'm never going to produce military units out of this city because it's going to be a statesman seat dedicated to civics. But I'd rather take discipline and the achievement for legitimacy. 6 pastures. So we've got 1, 2, 3 already. That one being 3 and 2 in this city. And then potentially 4. 5 for sure here. 6, 7 for sure. So 8. So yeah, we've got plenty of pastures. And as Persia, we definitely want to get pastures up and running. So I feel very confident that we can achieve that ambition. Bold. I think we got a trait on that kid. We'll choose politics here, and then we can keep persecuting the Christians, or lose discipline and have them forget. But the Christians are already pretty pissed off at us, so it's not going to make any difference. We'll probably not solve it until we get a new ruler. I'm going to attack here with this unit. Start a quarry here. Resolve some of those events. The Duchess Barsine became bloodthirsty. We chose persecution, which gave us a legitimacy. She chose politics student as well. We will chop once and start Atar, the shrine we talked about before. Didn't chop more times because I'm actually going to be short on orders because there's a lot of other things I want to do. We will start a monastery here. Move our settler over here because we're going to go found that city site. And then here we will move this worker over here and start a shrine. This worker is going to chop 1, and then we're going to start a camp. And that'll be 3 camps there. Amazing little hunter city. And there's also, we can basically easily do this ambition very quickly here. TBD whether we do settler or worker here. Probably worker. We don't have a second worker. Hunters, that's probably more important than the monastery right now. And worker production is pretty fast in the city. So in any case, we resolve our event, picking the ambition. And then we are going to go ahead and tutor our daughter, or our granddaughter, and we are also going to remarry because our husband died last turn. We're going to remarry into states, and that should do it for our turn. We should have mill drill next turn. So I think we'll queue up next turn, but leaning towards at least doubling up worker. I like 1 to 2 workers per city. We're very light on workers at the moment, so yeah, we'll definitely probably want to start a disciple here, especially with that growth. Fisher will grab that, worker will go down. So I like that idea. But yeah, all right, let's go ahead and send it back. There's no point pulling this one down. It's not going to do enough damage unless I heal it and upgrade it at that point. We're 3 turns away from clearing this because we'll do 10 damage if we're on top of this. And this guy should attack here. It has a unit in range, so my understanding it will pick that unit and it can hit this, so it shouldn't move and pillage that, which would suck if it did. Although not that badly. We will kill it in any case. And the only reason this is taking longer to die, it's on the urban tile, which gives it defense as infantry here. You can see that plus 25% defense strength. This has nowhere to go. So as long as we move here, that should be fine. And I don't really want to get discontent on the city, so that's why I'm tanking the damage there. Our last settler will be ready here, and we'll go there to found our 9th city. And we should start Ishtar next turn once it finishes as well. And we've done all the things we remind ourselves to do, so we're going to go ahead and send this turn back. That ends turn 36. See you shortly. Turn 37. Research-wise, we're going to pick aristocracy because we would like to get border boost, which is behind that card. Navigation is also tempting, but aristocracy will give us border boost and a 4th law. Family marriage-wise, we're going to go with the schemer, even though he doesn't like us. Oh, interesting. It tells you whether they're a newcomer. That's cool. Didn't see that before. 5 wisdom is basically another point of wisdom. We'll go from 28 to 29 science. We will take the civics in Parsa. We will take the culture in Ekbatana. The rationale for the civics is good to have some more civics. I'm not particularly interested in rushing to strong in Parsa. It'll get there by itself pretty well. Civics is more useful. And then in the hunter seat, we definitely want culture because we want to get to strong as quick as possible because we want to build our unique unit there. We'll pick up Paul Sure, he can be not exiled. There's no point really imprisoning him. Just he can break out of that, like whatever. Just have him not exiled. I'm sure there's no way that'll go wrong. And then one of the generals is retiring, and then that's pretty much all the events. Yeah, so let's go through the turn. Okay, I guess I broke my undo stack doing that. No worries. I'll actually just do the events live. We'll take the husband that gives us wisdom. We will pick up the civics in Persia. We will pick up the culture. We will forgive Paul, but not pick a new general. We're going to go found a city here. Clerics, as previously analyzed. We'll start a worker. We will pick aristocracy. We will move this one towards that spot. Goes there. We'll attack with this unit here. This one should be fine. It can only do 2 damage. We've got plenty of health, so we should kill that in 2 turns because we'll move here and then take 10. It'll do 10 damage there. We will start Ishtar here. Doesn't really matter. Just want to expand more urban tiles. Scout-wise, we will move our scout into here. Go along here. Seems like this might be like mountains. Unclear exactly what's going on. I feel pretty safe. I don't see a forest there. This scout, I moved around here. I moved onto this hill. Saw the settler. Saw that hill. And then I'm going to force march there just to hide in the forest. I don't want. Don't think he can kill me, but no real reason to expose my scout like that. We're going to start a disciple here, so we want to get some disciples for theologies. We'll start a disciple there. And then our last orders, we can rally troops, because I'd like a little more training. I'm a little light on training, and I'm floating a lot of civics right now. So heal and heal, the 2 lowest health ones. That pretty much ends the turn. Grandson was born, which is great. We finished our specialist here, which means we grab these 2. So we can start Fish Shiraz next turn. We start Ishtar, which would be great because we will have that, and then border boost, so we should be really, really strong on our 9 cities. We are number 1 in the point lead, which is going to be troubling if people decide to attack us, but I think we're okay since we're stronger than everyone. Although Egypt and Assyria are both learned, so that's a problem. Syria is on 7 cities, that's clearly number 8, and Egypt is on 5, and Rome is on 4, and we are on 8, soon to be 9, I guess, in 2 turns here. Yeah, because that's going to be 1 move, and then another move there. That's going to be it for the turn. Just double checking. Reduce that. Lost a happiness low on Hatra, got mill drill. So if we want to start Rax, Ekbatana, in turn 40, and that finishes. Judaism spread, which is great to hear. Persian paganism got founded here, so this city now has pretty sweet civics production here. We got 45 civics. Eloquent leader, the Mystaphoria, and our 10 charisma governor. We're just pumping out civics there. We discovered the Nubian Plain landmark-wise. Parsa also got Manual of Rhetoric, which gives us plus 20 from that event, the Master, plus 20% culture, which is pretty awesome as well. Parsa is pumping out a lot of culture. Ishtar will speed that up. That's another reason I didn't take culture in that city. It's just not going to really matter that much. I would rather have the civics, I believe. And Rome has a new ruler here, King Lucius, a tactician. Highlander fierce pet monkey tactician, 6 discipline. And we started Ishtar. And we're starting our Jewish disciples. We will probably switch to specialists in Parsa. We will probably build a disciple here for a statesman disciple. And then we'll need to figure out probably a disciple here or here. Probably, I just worked all over the map. Probably a disciple here in Hatra. But once it spreads, we also need spread here. I think we have it here. We'll probably build it here first to go get a monastery down here. All right, that ends this turn. We're going to send this one back. Turn 38, quiet turn, no events. We'll chop here and start that fish. Yeah, there's no more fish there, right? It's just that. So we'll move our settler along. We should settle next turn. We'll harvest the sorghum because we're on it. Move our elite Amazon cavalry over here. Attack this slinger. Should kill it next turn. It will not kill us. We'll do 3 damage. Scout along. Looks like there is a pass through these mountains here. I'm going to force march to hide in that forest. Need to figure out which way I want to go from there. We'll scout along here. And then we're going to stop because I don't see any forests I can easily get to. That looks like marshland, which is pretty terrible. So I might go double back and go east or something. See what's up with our friends in Babylon or something. And that's pretty much it for the turn. I think we'll just bank those 6 orders. There's nothing we can really rush with orthodoxy. This takes 10, and plus rushing worker that's already half built is kind of terrible. I'd rather save the rush for something else, because the cost does go up each time you use it. We do have a couple orders left. I guess we can heal some of these folks. That one will last, but passively heal. Might as well heal this one. Not really planning to upgrade any of them. We could upgrade these, potentially. Actually, I'm going to not even heal this guy. He's a melee one. This guy, worth healing, I guess, because it's already close to the front lines, whatever. It's just an order, 10 gold. But yeah, I do not have the training to upgrade. Rallying troops, largely because I do want to be able to scout around with force march. Probably going to prioritize getting disciples up, and then maybe getting an extra scout or so. Trying to really get a sense of this map. This looks like it might be the inner link. I don't really know how big this map is, though. I guess I can see here we're on 74, 17. This is 38. So this is about the midway point of the map. 33, 20. So the map extends a little bit more to the west than we can see. And to the north here, 51, 70. That's probably the north side of the map. So we'll see here. Definitely want to get some visibility on what's going on with our friends in Assyria. Tech-wise, probably want to get Navi, sovereignty, citizenship. That's 7 laws. And then it's really a question of whether we go for portcullis or not. Drama, spooked wheel, and portcullis will get us science. And then potentially steel research. But I feel like I want to get 7 laws first and then go for portcullis and steel research. We'll see whether that actually is the right call. But for now, we are fishing for border boost after picking up aristocracy, and we'll get civics boost as well. Border boost will be very nice with all these cities that we're about to finish founding here next turn. All right, that's it for this turn. Gotta send this one back. Turn 39. We will rally troops again. Move in here and attack, killing that. We will move our settler here and settle states, our final city site. Start a worker. Chop and start a pasture here. I think that's good. This is also an option here, actually. I think I'm going to undo. I would rather chop again and start a pasture. Here, get a little more growth to speed things up in this city. This worker, I'm going to go ahead and start a garrison here. And then here, I'm going to keep scouting. Grab this hill. Grab this hill, forested hill. Get some vision there. And then here, I'm just going to reproduce the moves I did. Okay, this looks like it's completely walled off. So we will come back here. Okay, that's also walled off. We can hide here for now. And then we can start moving, upgrading some of these troops. Potentially move them to hold the west. So I did a lot of Diplo. I think I'm just going to move them over to the west for now. I did a lot of Diplo just to figure out what's going on. TLDR, Egypt has 5 city sites. They're pretty walled in here. They might feel like they need to go attack. They have a hard wall of mountains that looks like it's impenetrable between them and Rome. That means they either want to come attack me or Assyria. Assyria wants a truce. I'm happy to give one right now because I have no desire to go attack anyone at the moment. I have 9 great city sites. I have Ishtar coming up. Very, very happy to just chill. Rome did start a lighthouse, so they're double wondering, which is kind of impressive. Must have a lot of stone surrounded by mountains, but might be hemmed in. There's some Vandal sites here. Frederik is Greece, somewhere over here to the northwest. Babylon is over here. Frederik is on 7 city sites, negotiating 8th city site from Babylon. Rome only on 4 cities and 2 wonders, so might be fenced in. Egypt is on 5. Assyria is on 8 right now, with plenty of room to expand. See at least a couple city sites here from the Vandals. So, yeah, we're in an okay situation. Syria, if left undisturbed, will be the long-term threat. If we can get Egypt to attack Assyria, that might be very helpful to remedy that. And it looks like Greece is pretty much walled off at the moment. So we started a garrison here to get some extra orders. I think this is right with these pastures, because I definitely want to juice the growth in the city. So yeah. All right, I think that ends this turn. My goals, I want to have a unit here just to be able to defend. I don't want the city to be able to fall. And maybe we'll pull over another unit as well, upgrade it to strength 6, just in case Egypt decides to get any ideas. Should be relatively easy to hold it, especially with this river here. It's just not really attackable very easily, but would really like to hold it. We'll probably need a road as well later, but that's far later. Internal roads and Raxes. Definitely want to get a governor up in this city as well. Have a lot of civics, so we can get some governors started. Get another worker out here. We'll start Raxes and garrisons as well. Probably Raxes first. We will queue a quarry specialist here, a stonecutter, so that we can get this one up as well. We'll start another quarry here. And then, yeah, I think, yeah, we'll start quarry here, I think, next turn. And then next turn is turn 40, so we'll do the sit rep. Little short on orders, hilariously. He said with 28 orders in the bank. But family opinion looks to be good. We will tutor next turn as well. We do have this judge that we can't make use of right now. Would really love to. So maybe that is another reason to, especially since he can do everything. We might need to Yarsa Ekbatana, because it'll let me rush with judge. Yeah, we will get some Jewish disciples out. Probably get another one here, just because the tons of growth in this city. We'll need 5 in total, 3 that we'll incinerate for theologies. Yeah, expecting ourselves to have a giant target painted on our back since we're point leader and are going to get Ishtar here. But otherwise feeling pretty good about this game, especially since we have peace here, or truce at least for now, and then hopefully truce in the west as well. And we're not really accessible, pretty well defended in the mountains. So yeah, feeling pretty good. All right, let's send this back.
Turn 40 StBlak, nolegskitten, so I already played my turn. So I agreed with Frederik to leave him this site, hoping to find more on the east, and I regret that choice now, but I'll hold true to the word given. But Frederik is on 7 cities, Mojo is on 9. Frederik is on 7 cities, Mojo is on 9, and I'm on only 6. So my settler is doing a whole lot of not much. I can probably find a few more sites, but I don't know how many, and I don't want to have a long border with Mojo. Mojo likes his early aggression, so we'll see how that comes. He was offering an informal peace to me, but well, I cannot promise informal peace to everyone, essentially. So I'm working a bit with Frederik. Let's try to extract some diplomatic value, at least, out of this site, which I would really have liked for myself. And I'll replay my turn through undo. So I cleared the camp, which delays Frederik a little bit because he has to wait for me to leave the site. Fight the few raiders that are coming to bother me, picking promotions on my commander, who is strike 2 already. Then discipline is amazing XP each turn, 66 per year, precisely. So and after that healing and picking my builds. So a new settler in production. Getting wood to start a net. What else am I doing? Picking my event, moving my next slinger. I'll send all my troops toward the east from now on. New warrior in Dilbat. I'll probably have to fight my way through whatever. Intimidate Mojo and do whatever I need to do to get to see more. So I'm very order constrained. Most of my workers are idle, I purposely overbuilt workers while I had a builder leader though, so that makes sense. I'm a commander now, a very high discipline commander, but yeah, it's mostly a combatant, so we'll see what we can do with that. There's no site here. I saw it from discussion with Frederik. So I'll need to cross the sea to find anything, although I don't see anything here. I have no idea what would be in the northeast, but probably this is all Frederik if there is anything to be found. This is out of the map, so I expect the sea doesn't go very far away with islands. And I can see a Mojo border here. Regarding my development, so nothing too impressive really. Good growth in Babylon with the hanging garden and the two barley farms, only one with farmer, but I'll put a granary here to boost that a bit more quite soon, I hope. And yeah, I mostly want more urban improvement to be able to develop it. So I want forestry. I for now have one law, but the idea is to go through the bottom of the tree, pick aristocracy, rhetoric, sovereignty, get to 4 laws and Acadian archers relatively quickly, but I wanted to secure forestry first. So that's where we are going. Our science is really not that impressive. It's not too bad for 6 cities, but yeah, 6 cities won't cut it anymore in a very short time. Fluffy is going wonder happy. He got the Apadana and is building the lighthouse. Nothing appeals to me very much. I guess I could buy probably a small wonder with money, but I'd like something cool like the Acropolis, and I'm pretty sure I don't have the money. I don't have the culture either, of course, but yeah, the Acropolis would be 9,000, so that's still too much stone to buy. So yeah, we'll see. Not that many great sites for stone production. Food's okay, mostly because I banked it, and iron as well, but nothing to write home about really. My development is not that cool, so we'll see what we can do. We'll get more iron as we make the miner here, get some mines, etc. But yeah, probably wood will take priority over iron quite quickly, and then I'll work on expanding my iron production. Hopefully in Dilbat, Hamlet here would grab me 2 additional tile. We'll see. So anyway, that's where I am. See you on turn 50, I guess.
Welcome back to the Lands of Egypt. Turn 40 recap. Things have taken a turn. Not really for the better. Since turn 30. Assyria has settled these cities in here. And I'm feeling very boxed in. I feel like I have to attack one of my neighbors, but I don't feel I have the military strength to do it. Both of my neighbors, Assyria and Persia, are both listed as stronger, and I can see that at least Assyria has at least one axeman. This city doesn't look impossible to take. It's 3 good tiles to hit it from, and this hill, but so was that hill as well. But still, it's not with warriors, not with spearmen. I will need my unique unit if I'm going to pressure that city. And we're working on that. It'll be 2 more turns. It would be 1 more turn if I didn't build so many civics requiring, what are they called? Specialists. But I feel it's too important to get my economy rolling. And my economy is rolling. As much as I poo-pooed it on the last situation report, having the gold on the farms is pretty nice. I bet if I do the math on it, it's still worse, but still nice. It really encourages me to build these river farms as Egypt, which is good. I'll have military drill finally turn 40. Not good. Tomorrow, next year. And I've got a whole bunch of settlers. That's why I was building roads and little connective things. So I'll have my settlers, workers, to start those up right away. This one will finish and begin one. This one will finish and begin one. This one, set to go one. This one. That one I actually can't reach where I want to put my barracks, but probably just good to have another quarry, and then this one will come over there and do that. Just it's 2 turns to build a farm, so spending half of a farm doesn't seem worth it. I sent the gems up here to get the city to be on track for 3 turns from now, to be able to start its what is it called? Stronghold, and then it'll be able to start producing the unique unit because it's riders. But yeah, that's the plan at least. Both of my neighbors, Assyria and Persia, are both on 9 cities. Fluffy is still on 4, which has convinced me that he's stuck, that he's got no room to expand, that he had like 3, 4 city sites? 3, 4 city sites? Something like that. And now he's stuck. And that's why he's building Lighthouse, Apadana, things that will make his limited number of cities way better. But we shall see. Certainly a player to fear. Because even when behind, he can still kill you. But I am also stuck. And I am not getting as many wonders. I just got the pyramids. I have enough stone to start the ziggurat, and I've been thinking about starting it a couple of times. But I'm starved so badly for civics. I need to get my 4 laws to get my unique unit out. And that means all the civics. I can't assign governors. I can't do family things. I can't start wonders. I need to get those laws. I need freedom. Got a lot of specialists, so freedom will be good. But, well, sort of. It'll be more money, which doesn't do anything unless I can find a judge, which I still haven't found. But yeah. What should I talk about? Laws. Still mostly where they were last time, I believe. I want freedom next. Freedom is clearly better than slavery at this stage. There's a tech. I think the only new ones are divination, which I haven't used at all, and mill drill. So, nothing exciting there. Military drill will be great. I wish I was getting it earlier. I didn't have to research all this, but navigation was important, and divination will put me on the road to aristocracy, and then eventually to machinery, which is where we're going. But, yeah. Let's have a look at these. I'd be very surprised if I'm not behind in population. Specialists I probably have a fair few of, and workers I probably have a fair few of. Growth, civics, training, culture, happiness, science, money, orders, food, iron, stone, wood. Much as I don't have any wood, as much as I'm not producing any wood, I do have quite a bit because I've been doing chops aggressively because I know I'm going to need them to produce my unique unit. Military score, territory owned, territory explored, resource prices, stones going to the moon, that's probably Fluffy buying stuff for wonders, and food is collapsing. Yay, the resource I'm producing a ton of. Victory points and family opinion is all over the place. I wish the riders would get on board with Zoroastrianism, but when they do, they'll be happy. I even if I could get this guy happy enough to start converting people, I don't have the civics for it. So they'll convert when they convert. One of their cities converted to Zoroastrianism, I believe, just this turn? Yes, just this turn. No? Maybe it was last turn. Anyway, which means I can start a monastery over here. This will hopefully start converting them, and they'll flip. It's not like there's any other religion for them to flip through. So they'll get there when they get there. That pretty much sums it up. We'll get our food ambition relatively soon. Certainly in this guy's lifetime. And maybe by turn 50 I'll have this city. Who knows? That's a little ambitious. 3 years before this starts producing unique units, then another 4 years to produce one. Probably more than one before I go, so 10, 12 years? We'll probably be in the thick of it when I see you again. Assuming that I actually decide to attack there. Persia is still an option, although it's so much closer to his cap. The thing that makes Assyria appealing to attack is that this city cannot be very good at producing military units or defending itself, because the cap is all the way over there. So any unit he produces from there, or his other powerful cities, is going to take a long time to get over here. Whereas this is not a long time. And in, 10 turns, he will almost certainly be producing his unique unit. So I think Persia's out. I think Assyria is the more vulnerable target. And if he keeps settling more cities, I can probably get away with it without becoming a pariah. Other players will identify that he is the threat, and I might even be able to convince Persia or Rome or Babylon to attack him, although it doesn't look like Babylon is actually close enough. And I assume Greece is up in this corner that I know nothing about.
Turn 40. Duchess Barsine, our granddaughter, going to convert to Persian paganism, which is not great. But the alternative there is taking intolerant on a leader, which I'd really rather not do. We will give Duchess Barsine a point of wisdom. Our next kid will study commerce to fish for orators. We'll remove Christianity here, and we will not let Zoroastrianism spread. So we're going to take that event. This one. Commerce. Send troops. Remove Christianity, which is great. And then prevent Zoroastrianism here. Then we will move this disciple over here to start a monastery over there. Chop here and start a barracks. We'll chop and start a farm because we're still building a worker there. Start a quarry here. We'll move this military unit or bring it over to the western city here. We'll upgrade it as we go along. We are moving this one over as well. Scout around a little bit. Hide in that forest, and then just scout here a little bit as well. I think we're probably going to have to loop around, go east or something, and have this one drop back to the west or something, not sure. Yeah. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for this turn. Just eco-focus nicely, and should be pretty solid here. Aristocracy next turn. Pretty straightforward turn, and now I will go into the sit rep. We're back with the turn 40 sit rep here. So we have expanded exactly as we planned into our 9 city sites. We're currently equal with Assyria on city sites, though I presume they're going to pass me because he's expanding over here. So that's pretty good. We can start with the timeline here. Roll back to turn 30 where we left off. 32, we started that 6 mine ambition, which we instantly finished. The Apadana got completed by Rome. We discovered divination, founded another city. Completed that ambition. Met the Vandals, met Rome. Started ambition 6 pastures. Started Ishtar ourselves. Founded a city, and Rome was building the lighthouse, and we founded our last city, Keturah, last turn. So we're 9 turns away from Ishtar. Rome is a tactician. Used to have a builder, I guess. Been able to super fast wonder there. Weaker and primitive, weaker and learned, and weaker and learned. So a lot of our power, though, is in these barbs, mercs, which we're just going to hang out in the city and defend. Aristocracy finishing next turn. 2 good heirs in line. 6 ambition, 6 pasture ambition should be doable. I'm starting this here just to finish growth, but we'll definitely get this pasture up here, 5 and 6 as soon as we can. Probably we'll get this growth up as well so that we can get some more disciples out, maybe. I'm not sure. Probably want to balance my workers a little bit as well. Also could just start quarry sites because I need quarries badly. Yeah, this guy is going to go build some monasteries around here. Going to get a monastery up here. And then this guy's also going to get a monastery up. Not sure where I'm going to put that monastery. I don't think I have the time to build a specialist there. So we'll think about that one. Tech-wise, we are making our way through the tech tree, getting aristocracy. We don't have navigation right now. Not too worried about it right now as long as this orator lives, but as soon as that orator dies, we will probably want navigation. So we have a 6-whiz heir, which we could put in here, potentially. But it only gives me 3 science because we don't really have a lot of specialists in that city. So we definitely need to start pumping specialists, especially while we have that orator still alive. 57, so it might not be long for this world. Law-wise, we are on 3 laws: slavery, monotheism, orthodoxy. Orthodoxy you got from an event that let you get orthodoxy before doctrine that is now patched. No longer a thing in competitive mode. Still a thing in normal game, but not in competitive mode. Wonders on the map: pyramids in Egypt, Ishtar in Persia on its way, Hanging Gardens of Babylon, Lighthouse on its way in Rome, and Apadana in Rome already. Start with builder. I presume has a heck of a lot of stone nearby, although we should get some great stone up and running here as well. Cities by training. Ekbatana is leading at 18 thanks to that double ore. Parsa is at 13, and then the other 2 hunter sites are at 10, and everything else is non-existent. Definitely need to fix that. Source of science, Parsa at 4.6. Really not a lot of science anywhere right now. Definitely need to get those monasteries up, get some specialists up here. But definitely want to start this apprentice monk specialist here and get some specialists up here. Hopefully Judaism will spread down here. Current family opinion, everyone loves me, over 300 at this point. Mojo has the wise cognomen, which is interesting. It's from 13 texts discovered, so we can check how many we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He has 13 somehow. Wow. That is a lot. We have 3, right? 4, 8. Yeah, we have 8, and he has 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dang. Like, that's, even at cheapest, that's a lot of science that we're behind. Holy crap. Okay. We learned that from that. Ambitious. That is specialist trained. And then just the new doesn't tell us anything. So Mojo is 13 tech somehow. That's terrifying. Okay, that's what we can learn from Cognomen. Family tree, filling out nicely. We got Barsine, who hopefully will become an orator. Ormzid, hopefully will also become an orator or something similar. I'll take one orator out of these 2. Sora will probably skip succession-wise, assuming that one of these comes of age and is the right trait. Baran, which I don't think I can make her. I could actually make her the heir, so just can't tutor her. So we got lots of kids. Definitely want to fish for orators at this point, I think. Just because the order they give is very nice. We're bringing units over here. Perhaps some abundance of caution, sure. Things can change very quickly, though. There is a sea all around here that can be used for invading. We do have a quasi-truce with Mojo, and we have some sort of diplomatic relation with StBlak, but he has not actually said he has a truce, so don't know. And then lastly, family opinion graphs, victory point graph, resource prices, stone getting very expensive. We've explored some territory. 25% of the map explored. Mill score is 1518, largely from our barbarian mercenaries. We're at plus 60 stone, plus 104 iron, 106 iron, plus 124 food, and lots of orders, as you would hope for Persia. Decent money, but not great. Some science that is slowly getting out. We've definitely helped out our science quite a bit. Happiness, culture, training, civics. So 180 civics a turn, pretty good. Growth, 114. National wealth there. Double pop, still no urban specialists. Probably don't need to rush constitution at the moment until we get some urban specialists down. So, yeah. And then a bunch of improvements here. And 10 techs discovered, 2 is 13, I guess. I guess I can't count. Oh, I guess bonus cards count as well as techs. So 8 on the board and then 2 more. So we're only 3 techs behind. So not 5. That's less scary. All right, I think that's it for this situation report. And I'll see you on turn 41. Here's the turn 40 update for Mojo playing as Assyria. He reports a decisive political moment. Met Rome. Rome ran out of space to expand, just having 4 cities. We border through the sea, you'll see that in the screenshot, and Rome already has boats, and a setup to wage war with a strong tactician leader. Explored Rome's intentions, and turns out that he plans to invade Egypt, so I'm safe for now. Changed plans a bit to prioritize military units in the patron city, as well as to force march the new axemen, instead of heading for barb camps. Shaditu, his heir that he had been hoping to develop well, didn't develop as hoped and got the bitter trait. He's now placing his hopes for Tiglath-Pileser as his new heir. City expansion is developing as expected. He still has good orders. Decided he's not going to attack Babylon right now, even though Babylon only has 1 warrior, so that he can instead focus on tribes. Took more risk to focus on expansion instead of military, and put a builder governor in one of his cities. Wants to connect the Karhai city, which is a city on the coast heading towards the peninsula, to connect all his peninsula cities to get a little more growth in each of those cities. Develop religious improvements in his new cleric cities to gain cities and civics and science. Install clergy, because he has religious descent in his holy city. Doesn't know why, because of high opinion, even though he has high opinion with that religion, probably because of an event. And he wants to expand further, prioritizing the west to prevent others settling on that peninsula, and at the same time securing the west flank military-wise, while doing all this, hoping to reach informal truces with Persia and Babylon. You can see here, this is the northern front of Assyria. This is Rezin, just north of his capital. There's a barb site a little bit to the south that he'll probably come back and clear. And then he's settled some sites in the open northern lands there. Growth production, civics, training, culture, science, 52 science a turn, money, orders, 34 orders a turn, food, iron, wood, military score, 983. Here's the heir that he's hoping for. Because you can see in the screenshot as well, Shaditu the Orator is now bitter. Orders rate, Christian descent in his civics, in his cleric seat, and here's the turn 40 minimap, and then he has this builder governor here in Carchemish, and then is expanding, clearing out the Vandals north of Arpad. Arpad is right here, by the way. You can see it here on that minimap. So the Vandal camp is right there in the north. And you can see the Roman boats on that coast as well. That ends the turn 40 summary for Mojo.
Hello, fluffybunny here with a turn 40 check-in in our FFA game. So let's see how we're doing. We're still on our 4 cities. We've not expanded out at all. We have now got boats. We've got 1 ship out who's been busy fighting raiders, so we've not seen too much of the land. We've got another boat coming out in 2 turns. We are still planning to go and attack Egypt. So we're just built some roads here, and we've started the lighthouse, but otherwise we're chilling out on the workers these are just going to finish up their moves and then just stop for a while, and we're going to move all our military down here and amass for a strike force. With 2 turns to spoked wheel, we're going to start pumping out some chariots out of Rome as soon as we get spoked wheel to get them to come and reinforce. And yeah, so that's the plan. We're still very much looking to attack Rome. We've had some communication with both Assyria and Persia. Assyria and Persia are both on 9 cities, so they have expanded a lot. Persia has also started the Ishtar Gate, so they're going to be the point leaders for quite a while. So I think that makes them a target, so I think I'm all right with that. So my plan is now to come conquer Egypt. Hopefully we can take them out. They're already weaker than me, and we can massively outproduce them in units, so I don't think that should be a big problem. Hobble Egypt. Apparently there is a narrow choke, 1 mountain tile choke between Egypt and Persia, so it's probably going to mean we're going to not worry too much about that, and then after we take Egypt, we'll either come up here. I believe Frederik is up here. We definitely need to scout that a bit more. Once this boat is finished, we can perhaps, well, we'll need to build another scout, so we might do a bit of scouting just with the ship first, see what's going on. But yeah, maybe come up here, maybe try and take out Frederik, try and secure this side of the map would be good, but we'll see. I assume there is probably, again, a narrow pass between Babylon and Greece up here. There's Frederik. But yeah, Assyria and Persia have expanded a lot. I don't know, there's a lot. I could come and attack Assyria for them, but I'm not too keen on that. They have expanded a lot. They've got a decent amount of military power. Persia is stronger, but they'll mainly be hired mercenaries, so that shouldn't really be a problem for my champion units. But yes, so that's how things are going. That's the plan. Ambitions, we've done 2. I don't think that's changed very much since the last. We've been offered some, but been turning them down for XP. Succession, we've got our son and heir. That's the only person. No, we've also got our sister as second in line. But this term, we both got our wife up to in love with and friendly, and we picked up romantic, so we should very much be getting some more kids out soon, which would be great. Wonders, oops, that's the wrong, this one, no, just hovering over here is what I meant to do. Yeah, so we've finished the Epidana, we're building the lighthouse, Persia is building the Ishtar Gate. I'm quite happy with that. So the Epidana and the lighthouse both very strong. Econ wonders, we're already getting huge amounts of money, we're going to be getting even more soon. So very happy about that. What else? Laws. I don't think we've picked up any more. We're not concentrating on laws at the moment. Cities by training. So Rome is still our powerhouse. We lost our warlike leader, so we're a little bit lower on training than we were, which is a bit of a shame. And we haven't picked up military drill or anything like that. So Rome is our main city. Everything else is just at base, but they're still producing units. Yeah, we've got a tactician leader, so that's on the slinger here, been fighting some barbarians. He's going to come down very soon and be in the back of the attack. He's going to try and stun some units and not get killed, so he should be good. What else? Science-wise, we still really don't have very much science. We've got a few rural specialists, mainly. That's all we're getting from science. Pretty poor, Alcaras, we've caught up a little bit on Alcaras. He was erudite from monasticism, but he's only learned Mojo's erudite, as is Egypt. So yeah, we're not doing very well on science, but I'm hoping that doesn't matter this early in the game. We can overwhelm with the units we do have. Graph-wise, let's have a look. Stats. So we're pretty disgustingly rich. 13 pop. A few rural specialists, no urbans at all. We don't really have the tech for urban buildings. Donate workers, 6 military units. Killed 7. Yeah, I don't think there's anything very interesting there. Resource-wise, civics we're doing pretty well on. Well, not exceptional to be honest. Yeah, only 75 a turn. That's not really that much. Training we've got a lot of. Culture's doing pretty well. Happiness is in the pits. Yeah, science has gone up tiny amount, but it's kind of stagnating. Money, we're pretty rich. Orders, we're okay on. Yeah, we'll go back up to a max of 23 once our workers stop doing stuff, which should be enough for an attack. Very happy with the economy. We probably need a little bit more food, but otherwise we're doing very well for resources. It's all going very well apart from food, obviously. Military score continues to go up. Explored 12% of the map because we're still stuck on our island. Stone prices are spiking. People are building wonders. We're in a very good position now with our stone income. So if we do need to sell for money, which we won't anytime soon, but we're well positioned to do that if we need to. Victory points, yeah, we're on the bottom of the scoreboard for victory points, but I am absolutely not worried about that at all. We're going to pick up some more soon. Family opinion, the Fabius are still just hanging on at 200. They're our military family and the bulk of our military units, so we definitely want to keep them happy if we can. Claudius is 70, Julius 148. Yeah, we do probably want to be doing some influences. He's 40, she's not very happy. She could be a general. We definitely want to make her a general. Like of this unit, maybe. No, why can't the oligarch be? Oh, she's too old. Right, that's unfortunate. It might be worth influencing, it might not be. It's only 200 gold, we could afford it. It's the orders is more of the issue. But yeah, let's just do some influencing next turn, I think. Influence families on turn 41. That would be good to get the family opinion up for our attack. Yeah, so Egypt is weaker, so that's fine. They are up to 3 laws, but they're still far enough away from their unique unit that it shouldn't be a problem for our attack. Let's have a quick look at their leader. They've got a commander leader. Sorry, that's not them. They've got an orator leader. They've probably got a lot of orders, which is potentially a problem. We can't see any of their units, so we can't tell how happy their families are. I would imagine with a religion and an orator leader, he is trying to keep his families happy, so they probably are. So that's something we need to be aware of. He will have a lot of orders and some quite effective units. And yeah, the family tree, just got the one son at the moment, but yeah, as I said, romantic and in love with wife, we should have some more soon. I think that's it for this turn review. Quite happy with the way things are going. Until next time.
And we're here on turn 40 with the situation report. 6-man 3-4. And we've been trucking along. We did have our leader change. Unfortunately, as we will see in the metrics a bit later, I chose to switch over to Ultimogeniture to get the younger hero on the throne without basically not losing Gen 10 legitimacy from designating her directly. We might need to change this later again, depending how the next generation looks, but none of... I got married this turn, he has been married for a while, and we don't have any kids so far, so we'll have to see how that plays out. I choose her because she hit eloquent. That's more of an economic trait. There's also one still open. He only has his combat traits, so, and I have a hard time benefiting from state religion. I mean, I could run towards citizenship, but it's still like probably still 10 to 15 turns away. So it's hard to benefit from that, while the hero, if it comes to fighting, she can be used immediately or as soon as I assign her on a unit again. So far we're using her eloquent trait to boost civics output here, and the stats of course also. The city is coming along. We are now investing in specialists here. Got the mine online, which got these happy. They immediately wanted it. I was happy to grant them to put them into the positives again. Of course, I do want some luxuries in here to counteract the discontent. We're picking up discontent levels, which cuts into our science. It's just not ideal, but not much I can do with in the Sage's Seat. Of course, if I could have made her an orator would reduce discontent, but also would have a hard time getting these to friendly, like to 200 plus for the orator bonus to kick in. So since we don't have a state religion, these are two heroes, so these families are only as happy as they are because these are all heroes that like each other. Yeah. So improvement construction is slowing down. Since our schema died, we have been lacking orders. We're getting navigation online soon. Then we can start up some more workers that are currently not in use. 4 workers not in use. Not what we like, but there's not many. The garrisons are coming online slowly. We're still lacking stone. Probably did not invest in stone early enough, which is also indicated by everyone else building wonders, but I'm barely scraping by. I did invest, I think it was 160 or 180 into these royal inscriptions. It's, the percentage boni are pretty small, but since we do have good base outputs in both civics and growth, these shake up to be decent values, and hopefully we can get some happiness boni as well. We have our planned expansion here for hamlets. It will give us these tiles, which means these two will collapse and merge. So we'll have a good location for our wisdom shrine. Should be a decent location to get 5 of the surrounding tiles, 3 from the capital and 2 from the champion seat. I don't expect the champion seat to reach legendary, so 5 will be, so he will never build a palace, so 5 will be good enough for our wisdom shrine that gets adjacency boni from courthouses, basically giving another +5 base civics to our capital. Building some Olympiads down here while they're still cheap on weak culture. Of course, we would also prefer to get our citizen in place instead science. We have some warriors here that's not fighting Babylon. We've kind of brokered a deal. Basically, I wanted this city, and basically, so I was kind of selling him we clear this together, you get the event, you back off, I get the city, since that will be the last city site I can use, and he has all these sites in the back. Kind of sold this site to him initially as maybe the last Vandal site. Of course, in the meantime, I've been contacted by both Mojo and alcaras. Alcaras has showed me that there's another Vandal site here. I've forwarded the knowledge to Nolex, which is the reason he cleared the camp before killing this unit. But yeah, so if he's holding up his end of the deal, he will probably kill this unit and back off, so my settler can move in 2 turns, or he'll just backstab me and his commander leader comes in, he kills this his commander leader comes in, kills my commander here and just settles the city. That's also a possibility, but we'll have to see. Like, his commander is assigned to a unit, and we can no longer. There was a time where it would show you where click on here, and it would show you where it was, even if it was in fog, but that has been patched out quite a while ago. He is producing a lot of experience for the unit he's on. That will be dangerous when he gets some Akkadian archers out. Getting like 66 experience per turn will ramp up the levels fast. He can get some Akkadian archers very high very quickly. So anyway, hopefully I'm getting this side. This is somewhat exposed. Like if he tries to make a push later with his archers, I will probably not able to defend this. Despite this, I'm probably going to found artisans here, not champions. Champions will of course be higher defense, but this is also there's no horses in here that I can see as another coastal city, coastal to the outer sea to build ships. So we'll stay on Chaldeans. Also the Chaldeans are currently more unhappy, so another city will remedy that a bit. Then everything else is slowly coming online, focusing on getting everything with orders online. These elephants, these horses will be a priority, and garrisons as we can afford. Otherwise prioritizing stone and some of the resources, some of the special resources, just to get some specialist and luxury production going. I did have a warlike orator that I would like to put here, but she died young, so having a builder here as well, that of course brings these urban improvements up super fast in here. He is still intolerant, so specialist production will be pretty bad here, but we're focusing on construction in these builder cities as these are more efficient for the workers. Then looking at tech, I'm still not sure if I want to attack here or not. The hero kind of makes it easier to fight again in her lifetime, so but that would mean rushing battle line, which is also just good for defense should he choose to attack. But then it's always, if I want to go for Phalangites early, I would need to grab monasticism for a law, for a 7th law. I am prioritizing at least citizenship and these two down here. This to get like the wisdom shrine going, and I need this to push some of these cities. They will otherwise take too long. It's like 64 years. I could build like a shrine in here to accelerate that. The sea shrine and getting this online. Or building the sea shrine up here to like collapse some more borders. I think the sea shrine here and this should collapse these borders for the most part. But yeah, I'm not sure if like you're having a hard time without audience to push the culture in here, especially since I've focusing 3 shrines in here and having no world religion, so that kind of limits the culture gain somewhat. This is only on 4, this is on 7 with another +2, maybe +4 if you bring this online with a more specialist. That a specialist in here will make this probably level up fast enough. And we might need to put some luxuries in here instead of the capital, which I'm also not keen on, but we have to see how the situation shakes out. Then I have to look whether we're going down scholarship and stirrups or battle line. This is of course the economic route, so I'm more tempted to just go for this and then go back for macemen and probably even cohorts. But that's long term. Midterm, we'll securing our economy with chance of picking that up, especially if we're getting any event granting us one of the world religions somewhere. We're probably going for monasticism to build monasteries. But yeah, I mean, we could also always get a stronghold in here or a citadel in here and upgrade our hoplites in the back and send them back to the front. That also works. But yeah. Then looking at some stats. Starting here, we've been accumulating some. Sold a bunch of resources to build those royal inscriptions, as I didn't have the stone at the time. Specialists slowly getting online. This is mostly in the capital still, but we are starting specialist production elsewhere. Only 6 workers produced. Interesting. I mean, I got 1 in, so we are on 8 workers probably. Yeah. Yes, only 1 lost. 13 discoveries. These are improvements. Core is only coming up lately. Still need a lot more mines also to ramp up iron, which will probably be this city's job. And then looking at stats, we are holding together, dipping into the negatives, but currently holding. Then resource prices. This was me selling a bunch of food last turn. Everything else is kinda stabilizing, or except for stone, which is rising as people are. This is also me buying. I think it was like 140 stone for those inscriptions. Explored. We haven't explored much since our leader died, since we don't have the orders anymore. Territory owned. Much change. Military score. We are building a chariot currently. Wood going down as we're building granaries. Stone only now going up really. That's probably too late. Iron coming up again now as this is going down from our warrior production in some cities, getting culture levels. Then food stagnating, some more units, but also some of these special food improvements coming online. Here's the big order drop from our leader dying. That's whoops, that's a big problem. We are getting navigation online in 2 turns and getting some garrisons and other stuff, so we are improving this again, but this is a problem. So money is dropping from mostly from the maintenance of all the cities, and we are not putting online much of our money resources, but that will be happening soonish. Science, he was the drop from our leader dying. That was 50 points, but we are getting up again. Another point of wisdom on our leader and some extra specialists in the capital, and we are rising. Happiness dropping, culture going up as we're getting more cities, same with trainings and civics and growth. Let's just the basics. We are finishing up some ambitions. The first two ambitions also got to legacies. Since our leader died like 3 turns before we could finish, like 1 turn before we finished one, and another 3 before we finished the other. Unfortunately, it cost us 10 legitimacy, and the 2 legacies didn't even put her on her new cognomen, which is unfortunate. This one should finish up fast though, just another 6 turns and we are done here. That's pretty good. I already talked about my heirs. Now let's talk about the other factions. Talked a bit about our diplomatic situation with Nolex. Here's 1 city here. He's on 6 cities now, while I'm on 7. Hopefully this will be our 8th. I did relay my scouting information to him, so this is apparently gone. We can see for whatever reason, so he probably cleared that. There's probably, he mentioned that there's Assyria visible down here, so this might be Assyria also, but that's for him to hash out. He has this pretty dangerous leader, but he's also just, so minus 80% to have children, and he doesn't have any. So there's a chance he will have to adopt or just die and get a random leader with a legitimate loss. He is still fairly young though, so that will be some time still. Then we have Mojo. We have been in contact with him. He expressed fear of being attacked by Rome, which I'm not sure that's going to happen, and he's also listed as both stronger and learned, so I'm not sure. I'm still wondering whether he kind of might have lucked into orthodoxy from a random tech. Of course, I can't see this without scouting more of his cities and seeing more temples. Of course, he hasn't enacted any more laws, and would not enact any of the orthodoxy laws at this time. Still, he has quite an old schema. His leaders stick in around a lot with a lot of charisma. That's what I would like to have too for my capital, but unlucky. He has a hero lined up, so he's and a hero commander and then a kid. So quite some dangerous leaders here too. Haven't met alcaras directly, but we have been in talks. He has shown me this Vandal camp here. Otherwise, don't know much about him. In the midterm, he's probably the most dangerous, since he, let's see if there's, his queen is also still kicking. So, yeah, eloquent, delver, compassionate. Since he's running Orator Clerics, he's probably the strongest right now. He has mentioned that he's pretty comfortable inside his mountain ranges on his empire. I haven't heard anything from Rome or Egypt, but our scout met something Egypt here, I'm not sure what, probably another scout. This is not the leader, this is the leader. He is on an Orator. So he's lots of orders. What he did do is he grabbed, like the patch took out getting laws from events that you don't have unlocked the tech, but he grabbed calligraphy before that patch hit, which is, I don't think is a very good move. Like, it gives him an extra law for his unique units, but this drains his civics without providing really any benefit except for having a law. So he's stuffed in civics. Of course, he has the permit, so he might still be able to get his laws in place for his unique unit still. That's a big drain on his global civics, so that should hold him back. And in the long term, I'm mostly afraid about a big Babylon or a big Assyria, since they still have space to expand into, and Babylon attacks fast if he knows what he's doing, and Assyria in late game with big armies, and his the criticals and orders from units are quite dangerous. Big Assyrian armies are very, very dangerous. So we are kind of holding down the fort in our corner. Bit flip-flopping between kind of like backstabbing an early war or like just sitting back and tacking up. But as I've brokered a deal here, and with this city I'm fairly happy. I might try to go for this camp too, but since Mojo Assyria has shown me that Rome already has a Byreme out, there's a high chance that Rome will just grab this. I'm of course a bit afraid of an early backstab from Rome, anchoring a ship here, but I should be able to defend this with these choke points fairly well, unless I'm completely blanking and missing the anchoring. Yep, that's the situation. Currently planning on investing more in economy, more in science. Tempted to rush libraries to push the science even more, but as going for libraries before any strength 6 military unit or my unique unit poses a significant danger of getting attacked from someone. Mojo has scouted here, so he can put a scout in this city. Alcaras has, since his scout was on this island, he has exploration, so he will be able to reach me. I don't think Nolex has yet. He didn't scout me prior to us meeting here, I think. He has a hard time scouting, and he's probably scouting the east now to look at his expansion. So yeah. So I need to make sure, I mean, once I get scholarship and portcullis, I can hopefully kick out all the spy networks in here, since I don't want anyone benefiting from our big science capital. Getting the extra culture level in 5 turns also increases our science again from centralization. So we are ramping this up. Next specialist in 3. We don't have another urban building online, and it will be a while. Probably dropping a barracks here, but that can wait until we are closing in on getting these 2 fully upgraded. Kind of focusing our stone and worker moves elsewhere. Yeah, this is kind of the thing that hangs in the air, how Nolex will react. Maybe you already know at this point what he's planning to do from his situation report. So, without further ado, talked for long enough. So, see you in about 10 turns.